science team uniform. Oh, what's that stench?
Hi, welcome to Gamecraft. This model is the Mawman from Half-Life.
Also known as the zombie.
Right. It's called the zombie because it takes over the body of a scientist.
Yeah, the head crab jumps up, and it'll take over a host body and take over the nervous system. The Mawman is one of the few characters that actually survived and made it to Half-Life 2.
Right. So I think the head crab is probably the most iconic creature from Half-Life, isn't it? This creature also brought a pretty scary aspect to the beginning of the game also.
Yeah, these are the things that kind of introduce the first horror aspect. Because after the experiment, you see the head crabs laying around, and it's weird, but it's not scary yet. I mean, they're still manageable. Then you see one of these coming down the dark corridor with the strobe lights flashing at you, and that's when the horror of the genre really sets in.
Yeah, I think that's what they were going for, definitely. Especially with some of the soundtracks that they would play when you run into them.
Yeah.
And you would see at the beginning of the game, almost like the stages of the head crab developing the scientist into the zombie character.
Yeah. And then about the time you learn how to manage one, you're like, okay, I can kill this guy. And then you got 5 of them coming down at you.
Yeah.
And it just got worse and worse. This model is a lot smaller than the other ones you've done. A lot of the previous videos we've done, the Quake models, shub-niggurath, and then we did also the Gonarch from Half-Life. This one is on a much smaller scale. This is like action figure size. This is like a G.I. Joe size, actually.
Yeah. Actually, with the smaller you get, the harder it is to make these things. My goal of this was to make sure that it scaled with the other monsters that I made, such as the bigger ones like the Gargantua and Big Mama. So putting it on a smaller scale was difficult, but I kind of thought that it was necessary with the other figures that I'd already created. Yeah. One of the best part of this model too is that I actually gave it articulation. The arms are actually movable, and you can pose it in different positions, like a striking position or just a normal idle position.
Yeah, that's a good point, because none of the other ones have done this. None of the other ones have been movable. This one has more. It is an action figure.
Yeah.
How can you make a model movable because it's a static object?
Well, so I was actually trying to think of a good way to do this, because the model itself has the arms separate from the body. So I guess the reason that they did that is so they can make the model more posable, and they could just move the arms freely out of the socket, so it's not connected to the actual body. So I had 2 choices. I could either just glue it into a permanent position, but I thought, it'd be a better idea is if I actually give it a joint so that it could actually move up and down. Okay. So that's what I did, is I actually, and this is outside of the Papercraft realm. Like, usually Papercraft models, they don't move. Yeah. You know what I mean? But this one, what I did is I actually added a joint that could swivel up and down.
So this has been your theme kind of lately. You've been focusing a lot more on the smaller models, which I think you avoided early on because obviously the level of difficulty is, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, I took on the challenge
with the fine detail. Yeah, and I definitely excelled at it. What other characters have you done like this?
I also have the G-Man, the Scientist, Gordon, Barney, and I do have a couple other projects in the pipeline.
Awesome, and we can showcase those in the future.
Yeah, so I've done kind of like I've tried to focus on making sure that all the characters are on the same scale. We do have other Half-Life characters that we're going to make videos for that will be uploaded to the Gameqraft channel. If you want to subscribe and follow our channel, you can get our updates.
Yeah, we've got more coming, so stay tuned.
Alright, so thank you very much for watching our Gameqraft video. Our links are in the description below if you want to follow our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and we also have our Patreon link if you'd like to support us. It definitely will help us out.
Yeah, thanks guys. Help us bring games to life.
For God's sake, open the silo door! They're coming for us! It's our only way out! Oh my God, we're doomed!